Live.
Am I live or am I?
Are you live or are you Memorex?
I'm Memorex.
Does anybody even remember that commercial?
I do.
Well, I know you and I do.
I'm ancient, and we probably worked on it.
Mm.
All right, why can't I go?
They got people popping in and popping out on Instagram.
There we go. I got myself. Yes, it is Wednesday night, and I'm
Hello,
sitting in a
Sandy.
hole. Much better. Sam Green is on. I think Sam Green's the first one on.
Tissue's all the way over there.
What do you need? Oh, your tissues. Jason is on with us.
Oh boy.
Jason. So we're just coming on, so everybody will be popping in here in a minute.
Getting a lot of air through that side.
Leah has a bad nose tonight. I don't think you have a garbage
I
can.
have an angry nose today.
There's two right there, stacked on each other.
Practice my shot.
Okay. And Gustavo's on with us.
Hola, Gustavo.
Gustavo says, sorry, I'm yawning. It's weird. We just had dinner, so now I'm like crashing.
Time to go to bed.
Crashing. Happy Towers is watching.
Hi, Happy Towers.
So we're just letting everybody load up with us, and we're going to start in 3 or 4 minutes. So if anybody needs to run somewhere, you got time to go run somewhere. If you need something to drink or munchies, you got time to go get them before we start. You know what? We didn't turn off the backlights.
Yeah, I turned off some of them.
Did we? Okay.
I didn't want to leave Jade in total darkness.
I didn't think
Not that I think Jade would mind all that much, but kind of depends on what Jade is playing.
Okay. So HU is on with us. Good evening from a blocked nose. I've come for weird cheer. Well, we have weird.
And you are not the only one with a blocked nose.
Zia just got a blocked nose this afternoon. I wish it was Waffles Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, that would be
Kelly
nice.
Beard is with us. Thomas Chung is with us.
Hello.
Hello, Thomas. How are you? So we're just waiting a little bit for the load up because we just literally came on. So we'll give it like 2, 3, 4 minutes here. And then we'll start. Because I actually built a big stack tonight somehow. Rich is not back with us. Rich will be back with us on Friday. So it's Noisy Wednesday. Yes, it is Noisy Wednesday.
That's nosy.
Oh, nosy. I was going to say it's more like Snotty Wednesday.
Nosy Wednesday.
Hello,
I don't know. Something's
Phil.
got my allergies all wound up, and there's a spot in my nose that is just.
If Z sits like this, then she stops sneezing.
Yeah, I have to hold.
So she has to hold the side of her face and her nose like this.
I wonder if that's stuff that numbs your gums. If you can like numb the tickle spot with that stuff, would you still sneeze?
Pedro is also not with us tonight, but Pedro's going to come up. Well, actually, both Pete and Rich will be with us on Friday night. So Pete's going to do his little thing on Friday night. So Chris had a washer dryer go out, and Chris's washer and dryer is being put in. So Pete is home guarding the new washer dryer.
Yes.
So that's why Pete will be here Friday to make up for Wednesday. And Jim Hackett is with us. Okay, so I think we can probably start. If we start a little slow, we can probably get this show moving. It is Wednesday night. I know everybody's got school tomorrow, right? Because we're not the age of working yet. At least that's what I keep telling myself.
Don't worry, Phil. We always post it later so you can watch it another time.
Right. You can watch it on Friday evening late or Saturday or Sunday. Oops, getting bounced out. No. Pete Shtick. Yes. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start with just a couple of prints tonight, and then we're going to jump right into the heat of
I'm also going to say something real quick. Do not feel like you have to bless me every time I sneeze, or else I'm going to drive you crazy. There's been a lot of sneezing going on today.
Like Gustavo said, weird fact for Weird Wednesday. Pedro means stony in Spanish. That means to say he is Pedro.
He is Stony Stone.
He is Pedro.
DJ
Pedro.
Stony Stone.
How do you say stony baloney in Spanish? Okay, well, like I said, we're going to start with, you say stony stone. Okay. So we're going to start with some prints, like I said, and then we'll move into some art. We definitely got a lot of stuff tonight. So, and like I said, hopefully it'll be a little short tonight so we can get out of here. Okay, so I'm going to start with what I believe is actually one of the covers that's going to be on one of the IDW Neal Adams books. This is the famous Ra's al Ghul cover. This is 13 by 19. This is a giclee. It is on fancy paper, and it is signed by Neal.
Oh, apparently it's Bologna Piedrosa.
Okay.
It's Stony Bologna.
Stony Bologna. What better than Pewdy Feudy? Well, that is true. Well, okay. So back to the real world. I have a 13 by 19 giclee of the famous first Ra's al Ghul cover by Neal Adams. It is a signed piece by Neal, and it is $100 to buy. And now I'm going to start the rules. So let's say you wanted to buy this print. You would say claiming Ra's al Ghul print in the comment bar, like everybody is talking to us, whether you're on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube. We will then acknowledge that we see your comment by saying, oh, Stony Baloney's buying this 231, I think it's 231, cover, and then we blow bombs, and then we will ask you to then direct message us your personal information. And that's the reason why we ask you to direct message it, so that it's not out there for the world. And we would like your name, the address that I'm shipping to, and an email that we can send your invoice out to.
Yep. And one of our viewers on Instagram is saying use the word claim. It's a magic word.
Yes, claim is good. And giving us what you're claiming is also good, because sometimes there's a delay, so we move a little bit ahead. So that way we don't have to go, did you want this one or this one? So it's very easy once you get the hang of it. And I'm going to move on.
Yeah, Stony Stone gave me a new pet name today. Boom Boom.
That's true.
Those go through my explosions.
His new name is Boom Boom. And she was so happy yesterday because she found chemical explosion reference.
I found things blowing up.
And we were like, not good to be that happy about it, see?
Well, it's all, in context.
I understand. So this is Storm. Storm is also 13 by 19. She is on cougar paper, different paper than our giclée paper. She is 100 to buy. She is signed by Neal. Usually somewhere down in the lower section.
Yep. It's in her cape.
There you go.
In gold to match her.
So we have a nice Storm piece here. I know a lot of you got to see the Storm piece that went out to Andrea that Zia colored, which was very cool. Nice piece, hand colored by Zia. And I just want to point out that if you guys have black and white art and you're liking what Zia is doing, you can always, has the Batman painting been claimed? What is the Batman? The Batman painting might be the Frazetta painting. I'm going to have to figure out what the Batman painting is that you're talking about. So, because I have some Batmans here, but if you saw it on...
Or are you talking about the time lapse that we posted earlier today?
That could be too.
It could be that too.
Okay, I'm going to move on while we find out what a person is talking about.
Yes. Yes, the time lapse?
Now you have to give us a little bit more words. Are you talking about the piece that we posted today that Zia was coloring? Or are you talking about something you saw from Friday night? Hello, Andrea. How are you?
I'm sorry, we don't mean to be difficult. It's just there's a lot of Batman pieces.
Right. It's 100 million Batman pieces.
It's like we used to have the trouble where Dad would go get me that Batman piece. We'd be like, Dad, which one? The one where it's the torso. Okay, which one? The one where he's in the rain. Okay, which one? The gray one. Okay, I can get you that one.
Okay, so next up is a 13 by 19. This is the 70th anniversary for Joker and Catwoman. And Michael Kirby says he bets it's a time lapse. Actually, not that late, Andrew. We just started.
Oh, Neal drew Batman? Yes! Funny thing, Matt.
Okay, so what we're looking at, we're so confused tonight, is a 13 by 19 giclée of two covers that Neal did. Like if you split the giclée in half, one cover was Catwoman with half a Batman. The other cover was Joker with half a Batman. And when you put those two covers together, you got this piece of art. So this is 13 by 19. This is $100 to buy. It is signed by Neal at the bottom. This is that nice watercolor giclée paper. And both Joker and Catwoman are out in the rain on top of, which looks like Big Ben.
The one for Batman 232.
Oh.
Okay.
That's this one. Nope. You can buy this. This is available.
Yes, this is a giclée. It is a print.
Right. For $100.
Right, and all you would need to do is say, claim Batman 232 print, and then send us or direct message us your information, and we can mosey on along.
So this is available for the person who asked. That person is answering. Is it signed? Yes, it is signed. This one isn't signed.
Yep. No.
Yes, yeah. Signed at the bottom. Signed down.
Focus. There you go.
I love what the machine puts in as our type. Same cow signature or something like that, but it said cow.
It's a Casey cow.
Yeah, right. I'm going to move on to another Batman while we're waiting on this one. Okay, this is Batman on a building. This also was a variant cover. This is 100 to buy. It is 13 by 19. I'll push it a little forward because it's got a bit of a glare to it.
Oh, another Batman. He drew two?
What?
HUL Seed says, oh, another Batman. He drew two?
You could
Steve Ricciart wants to know, is IDW going to do an artisan with the huge pages?
Yes. It's a gallery book, so it is comic page size. Okay, next one up. Now this is a print that is not signed because we did this after Neal had passed. This is a Man-Thing cover. It's painted piece by Neal. It is 100 to buy. It does not come signed. And it is on 13 by 19 paper. James Travis is going to claim the Joker, Batman, in the Rain.
Yay! Thank you, James Travis.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna get his name on that one.
This one says bomb time.
It is bomb time. You were right. James Travis.
Steve Ricciart, you'll buy what? Oh, you mean the artist edition thing. Got it.
Okay.
You confused me.
Mom.
The Man-Thing is not signed because this was printed after Dad passed.
Right. It's one of the only prints we have not signed by Neal tonight that we're showing. Okay, so this is for James Travis. Maybe.
Woohoo!
Ooh, that one really went tonight. The other one didn't the other night.
Yeah, the other one was a little. There was not a lot of spring in its spring.
Right.
Or not a lot of spring in its spring.
Okay. So I'm going to put this over here for James. Ugh. Okay, I'm just going to back us up a minute. So the person who is interested in, it says Abu
Elabed.
Elabed.
Yep.
We have this available. It is $100 to buy. Just write claim Batman Ra's al Ghul. Okay, I'm gonna put this down.
Man-Thing print is 100.
Yes.
Andrea says, maybe mention that you'll have exclusive covers for the book before people keep pre-ordering.
Let them suffer. Because I got cooler covers.
Then they'll just have to buy 2 copies.
Right. I have to find out from Scott when I'm allowed to say what covers I have. So Scott likes to be the big king, you know. So he has to let his stuff out first. Then I'm allowed to finally say.
And he's asking Sam Green is asking how much are you selling the artist edition for?
I don't know, because the difference between ours and what Scott is doing is the covers, and ours have very limited runs. So I don't know if that is going to change the price or it'll be the same price. I don't know yet.
Okay, and Steve Ricciart is saying, is the Man Thing a cover?
The Man Thing was a cover, yes. But it was a cover, it was a cover for Man Thing. Duh.
Steve Ricciart, you know you want it. You want it just because it's a pretty piece.
Okay, I'm going to do Tarzan with the Ant-Men is 13 by 19. This is one of the Tarzan Valentine book covers by Neal. I'm just going to put this down on the table.
Andrea seems to be having a good chuckle tonight. What you laughing at?
This is a painted piece by Neal for the Valentine book covers for the Tarzan series. The size of this is 13 by 19. It is signed as well on the bottom. And then Rich Cirillo just said Monsters Unleashed cover is where the Man Thing painted cover comes from. So 13 by 19, Tarzan and the Ant-Man, $100. It is signed by Neal at the bottom.
Okay, Blues, Comics, and Art. All of these prints and giclees that we are showing are $100 each.
She's laughing at the let them suffer. Let them eat cake.
Uh-oh. You know what happened to the last person that said that?
Yeah, I know.
Or are you looking forward to that part?
I don't know. I'll tell you another time. Okay, so this is, I don't even know what this is. I don't think it was a cover. Maybe it was a cover.
We'll ask the viewers.
I think it is on the books. Okay, so we have Archie's Action Comic. So this obviously was a spoof of the original Action #1 comic book with Superman holding up the car. I believe this was done for a convention. So this may have been a comic, a variant cover for a convention that Neal went to. The size of this is 13 by 19. And Michael Kirby is going to take the Archie print.
Woohoo!
Thank you, Michael Kirby.
You know, I should have taken that Benadryl earlier today. I feel so much better.
Well, that's good. I will not fight you this time. Kirby. Okay. So we have Michael Kirby.
Except.
It's going to be a very noisy night tonight.
Long night.
Yep, a long night of lots of shoes. All right, so I'm going to put this on this.
I shouldn't have said anything because now my nose is like,
See,
tickle, tickle.
Andrew's Benadryl makes me super sleepy.
Yeah, no, I would have to take a few in order to get sleepy.
Some people seem like I'm the same way as you, Andrea. I have to like cut a chunk off. Otherwise, I would be like off the table right now.
Thank you, guys.
All right, here we go for Michael Kirby.
Woohoo!
Ooh, those are colorful squares.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh. Chris went out and got some new bombs, so we're enjoying our new bombs tonight. Okay.
Steve Ricciart says, y'all need to do prints of Phantom Stranger 14 Swamp Monster cover.
Okay.
Okay.
Winter's over. Pollen is astray. I don't know about that. We haven't gotten
I don't
to
think
February
winter
yet.
ever really started. I mean, we did get a little snow, if you could call it snow.
You're right. Next up is this is a giclee of the Batman Roswell pool covers. Is that the number on it? Yes, 244. The 244 cover with Batman on the desert with Ra's al Ghul holding his Batman outfit. This is the same size as Neal's original art for that cover. It is signed by Neal at the bottom. It is $11.17, and this is $100 to buy.
Steve Richards says, "Look it up. It's the best."
What am I looking up?
Phantom Stranger.
Oh, the Phantom Stranger.
Number 14.
All right, I'm going to write that down. Phantom Stranger. Number 14. Cover. Okay. So this is $100 to buy.
Jolie is watching.
Jolie.
Angelina Jolie. Sorry.
Next one up is a 13 by 19. This is a variant cover that Neal did for Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crossover with IDW DC Comics. Signed by Neal at the bottom. This is a painted cover by Neal. The size is 13 by 19, and it is a giclee.
Bite me. We're just teasing me.
Yes, I know. So 13 by 19 is the size. Ninja Turtle Batman is what we're looking at. Oh, Tarzan the Ant-Man cover was by Boris. I just checked my paper. I believe Neal included cover in Cortuccio portfolio because the elusive Tarzan of the Apes painting was not available for the portfolio. I don't know, Phil. This stuff kind of predates me a little bit. Like I was in on the weekends as a kid, but I was not yet working at continuity when Neal was doing those book covers. So I know something blew up, but I don't know what.
Boom, baby.
Boom Baby is 100% correct, yeah. Okay, this is the lovely Detective 1000 cover that Neal did in a wash, and then he went back into it and painted it. This is the finished illustration for the Detective 1000, and it is 13 by 19. It is signed by Neal at the bottom. It is $100 to buy. It's too bad, Phil, because actually the Tarzan Ant-Man is actually kind of nice that Neal did. Like the little Ant-Men are done really tight and well on that. Okay, next one up is 13 by 19. This is the Dark Knight 3 cover by Neal. And it is signed by Neal in the cape at the bottom. And the Ant-Man replaced the first Tarzan cover of the portfolio. Ah, I see. You guys are so smart. Know all your stuff. Is that shirtless Batman cover print on the watercolor paper? Yes, it is. Happy Towers. Yeah, the Tarzan with the knight on the horse is also great, which that ended up being one of our sketchbook covers. So this is on that it's actually on the very thick watercolor paper to answer Happy Towers. And it is 100 to buy. Okay. And then maybe my last one for the night. This is a smaller print. This is 1114. This is the Blue Lady. It is signed by Neal. It's on a linen paper, so it does have like a textural line thing that kind of goes
Steve
through
Ritchie Art is claiming the Man Thing print under one condition. What's the condition?
What is the condition?
You both have to sign it. It's very hard to get Chris to sign something.
That is true. You're asking a lot there. Okay, for tonight, I will do the Man Thing. Actually, what we do is we put a holographic sticker on the back of it that does have Neal's signature on it. All right, so it's Steve Ritchie.
Yep, so Steve. And it's RITCHEY Art. He says, I want you both.
Okay.
Yeah, we get that a lot.
Man Thing. Okay, so here we go. Let's pull up Man Thing while I'm thinking about it. It's a gorgeous piece. All right. Man Thing.
He says, I want you both or no dice. Yeah, we've heard that too. That's what they all say.
Okay, Steve Ritchie and art. He's an Insta. Okay, so make sure to direct message us all your information, like your real name, your address of where I'm shipping, and then an email so I can send you an invoice. And here you go, Steve. That one was even more different. Ooh.
Steve Ritchie Art says, love watching y'all. I will.
Well, thank you for buying, and I'm sure you'll enjoy the print. And Chris charges extra for his signatures. Not enough money in the world for my signature. Okay, back to the Blue Lady. Blue Lady is 100. She's 11 by 14. I have like a handful of these guys because the guys actually went through these last Wednesday. I think I showed it. Friday I didn't have it up, and today I have like only 1 or 2 or 3 left.
Happy Tower says, include your zodiac signs and social.
Yes, I did not censor it. I'm going to take my chances. So I'm going to take it off now. Okay, I'm going to do my kind of weird pieces of art. These are original pieces of art by Neal that I'm going to show. So I have Lucky Luke. And Lucky Luke is 200 to buy. This is pen and ink Neal. It is signed by Neal. So those who might like Lucky Luke, which is a European character, here is Neal Adams drawing Lucky Luke. Okay, so for our American kids, I grew up on the Jetsons. We have George Jetson for $200. Pencil and ink Neal, signed by Neal. And these are cute. These also can be colored by Zia, which It's actually George Jetson, colored by Zia. If you get her to put a good background in on it,
Oh,
would,
you know I will.
would rock. I might buy this just so that I can have Zia color this. So George Jetson, signed by Neal, $200. This is an original piece of art by Neal, pen and ink. And then if you grew up on the newspaper, I have Beetle Bailey. Beetle Bailey is $300 to buy. I'm telling you, if you get George Jetson, and then Zia will draw like that space thing that looks like the thing at the World's Fair.
I'll let Chris tell me what to put in the background. I'll do whatever she says.
We'll put a million things in the background.
That's okay.
Phil's giving me the info. All right, back to Beetle Bailey. I'm going to finish with Beetle Bailey here. So Beetle Bailey is our newspaper piece. He is $300 to buy because truly Chris wants this piece, so it's more expensive.
Also, you guys should know that the writing of the titles on these, those are handwritten by Neal.
Right, so it's Neal's
On
lettering.
all three of those.
Right, and he has signed them. It is pen and ink Neal. Beetle Bailey is $300.
Spacely sprockets in the background.
Exactly. Okay.
You guys know I go overboard on the coloring,
I'm
so
gonna pop
you won't be
these 'cause I was an
disappointed.
idiot and didn't look up the price. Okay. Next one is I have a Miss Mystic, 11 by 14. I think I have 2 of these left. These are signed and numbered of 200. This is number 14. And I have number 12 available of 200. This is 100 to buy. All right, I'm going to go backwards. I believe Neal was originally contracted to do all 24 covers. I heard he did the layouts for some of the others, including Ant-Man. You can see those Tarzan covers are a labor of love, or you're one of the best bodies of his work. Every time I take out the prints, I am awestruck with the detail. I'll put them into. He loved doing them. I just think that trying to run a studio and make enough money and stuff like that, that I think they just became a little time.
And just having one kid after another. I mean, come on.
Well, this is way. I mean, he already had all of us by the time he was doing Tarzan. That I just think it ended up being a time crunch, and then they got mad at Neal. So, okay, we have Miss Mystic. This is number 14 of 200, signed by Neal at the bottom. This is a print. This is 11 by 14. Oh, I lied. I have one more print. Sorry. Okay, those are my Miss Mystics. And then I do have one more print, and then we go right into originals, guys. I have this print for $200. This is
It's upside down.
it is upside
This
down.
is upside down.
I kind of like it upside down. I was going to sell it upside down
Wait, sorry.
and charge more money. Okay, so this is Conan. I'm going to hold this so we get a little less glare on it. This is a great piece. It is 13 by 19. This is on the very thick watercolor paper. This is all colored and hand painted by Neal. He obviously caught something with his spear. This is $200 to buy. This will have a hologram sticker of Neal's signature that goes on the back because, again, this was made after we had lost Neal. And there's some lucky human being out there that owns this piece of art. Yes, it's a very limited upside down piece. Okay, this is really, if you're into Neal's, Tarzan's, Conan's, I highly recommend this giclée. It's a very nice piece by Neal. Very serious conium. Okay, here we go. We're going to start the art part. Yay. All right. I'm going to start with Snoopy. Now, Snoopy this was for MetLife. We worked on MetLife. I found all our MetLife paintings we did, which was like, because of them, it's for MetLife. They did paintings that hung at supposedly the Metropolitan Museum of Art. And we did that series for the ad agency. And then they changed and they went to this type of advertising. So this is actually Corey's blue line for the coloring. So what you're looking at is just the color. And I say the word just the color. This has a ton of airbrushing by Corey. The acetate, which always sticks to the airbrushing, is Neal's black line, and then underneath the black line acetate is the original color by Corey. So once again, this is original color with airbrushing. This is the black line that was done. It's an acetate, like a cell, no different than a cell that you buy from animation. This is the printed ad, and we're selling this for $500. You get Snoopy and 2 wood stocks. And I don't think there's anywhere on here that really says it's MetLife. So it kind of is like buying a cell.
Yeah.
I mean, I would take this and put it up as a cell. I mean, it's got great wood stocks, great Snoopy. Beautiful
Kyle
color.
Mitchell on Instagram. Are you looking for original art or print? Somebody's looking for Joker stuff.
Okay. Put this on the slide. Okay, next up is the cupbearer. Ooh. Cupbearer is 11 by 14. This is pen and ink Neal, so it's original art again. Signed by Neal for $1,800. So where we do Conans, sometimes we do female warriors. This is a female warrior by Neal, 11 by 14. If you're on Instagram, I highly recommend going to either Neal's Facebook, which is Neal Adams Comic Artist, or going over to Neal's YouTube, which is Neal Adams DOT.com, because then you can see the pans and scans of the artwork where we come in on it so you guys can see it better. So I highly recommend that. Okay, again, the cupbearer is 11 by 14. This is pen and ink Neal, and the price on her is $1,800. Hello, Ted Keaton, and Wayne has also joined us tonight. I got some interesting pieces tonight. All right, move this on. Okay, this is Spicy Mysteries from. I'm going to show you what Neal was working from. This obviously was a commercial job that we did. This is the original art. This is what Neal was given as reference. So, it was done in a style that was asked for by the client. This has a very square measurement, which I don't have. Back. So this goes into my Weird Wednesday art. I really don't know what we were advertising. So the art area where you would show it is approximately 7 by 7 or 7.5 by 7.5. It is based on doing this piece, which this piece looks like, I don't know,
Spicy Mysteries,
1942. Yeah. So that is original art by Neal. Like I said, the size is 7 by 7, where the artwork actually is. This piece is not signed by Neal, so a certificate of authenticity would go along with it, as well as the reference that Neal worked with. We put this all together, and you'd have a certificate that goes along with it, stating that it is drawn by Neal. Okay, let's go slide this back in here. Okay, next up is Hulk. Hulk is 11 by 14. We call this To the Moon Hulk. It is $2,000 to buy. It is a finished pencil render by Neal of Hulk. And it's a really nice piece for $2,000. This piece actually goes back that you could actually see Neal with this piece on video if you go to Neal's original older website. Or not website, but Facebook. This actually was the first one of the Hulks that Neal started drawing when he did his finished pencil render kind of Hulk series. He did about four or five Hulk drawings at the time. So he has massive chest here.
There's this one. There's the girder.
Right.
There's a double-handed smash.
This one with rocks.
And the rocks one.
Yeah. So, okay, we're gonna move us along here. Okay. Next up is this is the Tostettes Wolverine. So this was a drawing by Neal for the client. It is definitely Wolverine of the past in the yellow and black outfit. This is $500. This would have a certificate of authenticity that goes along with it. Tostettes are like Pop-Tarts, except fancier. A fancy Pop-Tart is a Tostette. And the size of the paper is, I think this is, actually, it's 12.5. Good size paper. It's 9.5 by 12.5. So Wolverine, $500.
Bob, our prices are as advertised. We don't.
Right, we don't haggle.
Yeah. This is ink. I don't know if there's pencil under that.
There generally is. That's good, but he's not that good. He would have to pencil something down. Okay. Next up is what we're looking at right now is Just Color. It is signed by Neal. The size of this is 13 by I would say 8. 8 by 13. Now, what you're looking at is, this is obviously poison ivy. This was his presentation work that he did for the Batman, I'm going to say Batman rides, because he was working on a couple of different rides. He designed a roller coaster, and then he also did like one of their theatrical rides. And that's what this is part of. So what you're looking at is just original color. This is not original line art with color. And this is 500 to buy?
This is 500, yes.
Right. 500 to buy this. Again, it's poison ivy. It's part of the Batman work that he did for the Batman theme parks, which is usually a great adventure. This will have a certificate of authenticity. Yep, this is all marker. This will have a certificate of authenticity that goes along with that.
Sorry.
You blew my art down, dude, with your sneeze.
I will huff and I will sneeze and I will blow your art down.
So a nice hard working piece. A lot of work in this piece. Okay. Now we're going to jump backwards in time. And this is a Peter Pan record. This is the smaller size for Star Trek. That was done in 75. This is Neal's layout for that cover. We will put in a certificate of authenticity with it, and the price is $700 to buy.
Whoa! Yeah, that's a big number there. Oopsies. Cheaper, sorry guys.
It's the Benadryl kicking in.
No, it's me having to control 3 things at once. One of them being my face.
Okay, so once again, the benefit of being on Facebook over being on Instagram is that you'll be able to see this much better. But this again is Neal's pencil layout for the Star Trek small size RP-33. Were they 33s? What was the small records called?
45s? There's 45s and I don't know.
I don't know
Don't
anymore
know.
either. I can't remember.
If you're going Zia with the inflation.
And this is 700 to buy. This is the smaller size records. For Peter Pan, 45s. Thank you, Kelly Ross. 45s for Peter Pan records. This is the Star Trek with the group we love. This was done in 1975. It will have a certificate of authenticity that will go along with it, stating exactly what it is and that it is done by Neal. But it is a cool piece. People would go, holy crap, it's the Star Trek guys. When they come to your house and see it on the wall. That was a little weird. That one is the weird category. Okay, I'm going to go back into normalcy. I have the big Joker Harley. We call this Big Boom. This is pencil and ink Neal. This is colored by Zia. This is 17 inches tall by, I would say, 11 inches wide. Pen and ink Neal. Color on this is Zia.
Zia Boom Boom Adams now.
Boom Boom Adams. And it is $5,000 to buy. So the artwork can be paid on a payment plan where you can put down 1/3 to 1/4 as a deposit. and then pay the rest off over time. As long as you make some kind of payment monthly, that would be great. And then once it's all paid off, we then ship it to you. There's no penalties or interest that go along with it. This is actually a piece that, as people who have watched our show from the beginning, this is a piece that Neal actually did a while back. And he pre-COVID, because it has the big sunflower daisy on his lapel, because Neal, when he drew Joker during COVID, drew the angry carnation as we know it. And anybody who watches this show are the only people that know that that's an angry carnation, which represents COVID, which is kind of like a cool club. It's like, we're finally the cool club. I'm in the cool kid club for once in my life.
You might be. I don't know about me.
So this is 5,000 to buy. It does predate COVID. Again, it is pencil and ink Zia. Pencil and ink Neal, color by Zia.
I could pencil and ink like that.
All right, let's go over there. Okay, next up is Damien and Batman. We're getting closer to some newer pieces that I know you guys are going to be excited about. Okay. Next up is an 8.5 by 11. This is Batman and Damien Robin. This is 1,900 to buy. This is pencil and ink Neal. It is a signed piece by Neal. COVID carnation, exactly. Batman, Damien, which this is, I think, the first place Neal drew Damien outside of the profile heads. So Damien Robin with Batman. $1,900 to buy. Signed by Neal. Did I miss where I was going to put in the card? No, I didn't. Okay. Just making sure I'm on track here. Okay, next one up is a 8.5 by 11 Conan with the axe. It's another Conan piece. This is a hard worked piece between Neal and Zia. This is pencil and ink, obviously Neal. Color on this is Neal with Zia. Neal definitely went into the painting on Conan's face. Zia definitely went into the coloring of the axe and what it's made out of, and the blood. This is 2,000 to buy. I love the work that Zia puts on the side of the axe. This is a lot of work in this piece. It's a piece that you need to look at and study how much is going on with his face, how much is going on with his skin textures, how much is going on with the texture of the blades and the axes on the side, as well as obviously the blood. Joe done. So this piece, like I said, is a hard work piece. It is 2,000 to buy. It is 8.5 by 11 again in size. Nice piece of art.
Okay, sweetie. The news is getting a little raw.
I see. All right. Next piece. Okay, this is a patch head sketch by Neal. This was for the Batman Forever style guide. This is the patch that Neal did. And actually, he drew it this way. That is the head we are selling for $400, signed by Neal. It got printed this way, but it was drawn this way. So again, this is for Batman Forever, the movie. This was the style guide that Neal worked with Joe Orlando. That is a Batman head hatch that was done. Signed by Neal for $400. Okay, next up, I have an original published cover. This is Mighty Mouse #1. Oh my God, it's Mighty Mouse. Oh, James Demetrio is claiming the Batman head sketch. Thank you, James.
Sweet.
So this is what James Demetrio just picked up, just making sure, for $400. All right.
Thank you, James.
Yep, thank you. The gold for James. Yeah, the cellophane is. I'm getting pick it up. The gold ones don't have a lot of cellophane at the bottom. Okay, here we go. Yeah. There we go. Nice gold ones for James. Okay, so this is Mighty Mouse #1. This was based on Breaking Chains. This is $6,000 to buy. It is original pencil and ink by Neal. It is signed at the bottom by Neal. James, I always have a whole shelf of bombs. I have to stay up with Boom Boom Zia. So again, the price on this is $6,000 for Mighty Mouse. Published cover. I didn't have time to find a copy of the comic book, but I'm sure we do have one up here that I can put along with it. And Zia has found the Mighty Mouse music. Yes, Ted. This is the original published cover. Yes.
And you can tell by the coffee drop stain in the top right-hand corner.
Yes. Forget that Neal signed it. If you want the truth about is it Neal, look at that coffee splot at the top. Neal only does that on published pieces. So Mighty Mouse, $6,000 to buy. And this is the first cover, and Sam owns the second cover. All right. Next up is 8.5 by 11. Oh, I can't get my sticker off. Raz Al Ghul. Raz Al Ghul. This is Raz Al Ghul, 8.5 by 11, full figure, pen and ink Neal. It is $1,800 to buy. If you're into bad guys, this is one of the best bad guys out there in the Batman legacy. It is a signed piece by Neal. Hi, Benjamin. How are you? I'm just going to throw some more confetti out there. That's right. You can buy the cover and join the ultra exclusive cover club. I don't know if Sam Green is the president of that. I don't know about that.
Well, he likes to think so.
Right. Again, nice Raz Al Ghul, full figure of him with sword, 1,800. Another piece I would highly recommend to get Zia to color for you. She'll do all that nice desert lighting. Okay, next up is, this is a Chris fave. Okay, one of my favorite horror people, the Invisible Man. Now, this is an advertising job we did a million years ago, because if you look at it, it says Polaroid video. There's a sign. Cassette cleaner.
That's right.
Cleans your heads as it plays. So how long ago were we cleaning our heads on our video cassette recorders or VCRs?
Time for my weird pan and scan. I was rushing.
Right. So one side is showing like zzz, zzz, when it doesn't run right. The other side shows it clean and fixed. Now this is so old that this piece is actually drawn and colored on the same piece of paper.
Right, so it's original ink.
Right. Original ink and color, and really it's just got an acetate covering on it that just has the video Polaroid cleaner. So you can actually take that off and you have nice artwork underneath. So this is pencil and ink Neal. Color on this is somebody at Continuity who's really good. This may be colored by Lynn. This is around Lynn's time period at Continuity. And this is $1,400 to buy.
I think the shading of the glasses onto the bandages is perfect.
Yeah. Well, that's what makes me think Lynn may have done this one. And it is her time period. Really nice piece. The piece of art itself, it's large. It is 17 by 12 3/4. This goes in my Weird Wednesday. Gorgeous piece. We did this. We did it. I can show you a really bad color stat that I found of Frankenstein done the same way. A piece of history for a millennial. They have never seen a video cassette player. That is true. Okay, I'm going to put this to the side. So what Zia's going to do for those people on Facebook and
Is I'm going to sneeze?
is she's going to sneeze. And YouTube is she's going to show, I believe it's 4 cards.
Yep.
4 cards that are all kind of lined up together. I'm going to put them out. They are separate cards, and each one of these cards is, I'm never going to make this on this sheet. You know what? Is $800 to buy. Sorry. I'm going to use my video cassette. Okay, so this is drawn by Neal, colored by. Again, this may be all Neal because I know Neal was doing these at his apartment, and at his apartment he probably did color these. I'm not 100% sure, but I would bet that it probably was Neal. These are the 2014 Marvel Premier cards from Upper Deck. And when we worked for them, they gave us extra cards that Neal could do stuff on. So these are those extra cards. So this is original art by Neal. They are signed by, am I doing anything?
Chris is experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Chris has pterodactyl arms.
Pterodactyl arms. Good. It's even better than
Chris-
Tyrannosaur arms.
Chris has Tyrannosaurus Rex arms. All right. This is why I hate cards. Okay. So again, Dia has a nice pan scan if you're on Facebook or you're on YouTube. So these are 4 individual cards. They are pen and ink and probably color by Neal because he did do these usually on the weekend for me. They are $800 a piece to buy. They are super cool, and there are not many hand-drawn Premier Marvel cards by Neal out there.
Right, and these are not on normal cardstock. These
No,
are a bit
these are
more
actually-
like board.
Well, these are the Marvel Premier
Right.
cards.
So there's a thickness for anybody who doesn't know what the Marvel
Right.
Premier
Yeah,
cards are like.
they have a nice
thicker.
thickness to them.
It's a little bit more like illustration board almost.
It could be, Phil, that you were right. I don't know how many they did as a finish. I know we did a couple of different monsters, and like I did find a really bad stat of our Frankenstein one that has like yellow. Either it was yellowed or it has yellowed. So, but the Invisible Man is in pristine condition. It's been in the bottom of our art drawers up here from obviously early 80s. Early 80s, mid 80s. So again, these are Marvel Premier cards. They are $800 a piece. And they are sweet. They're all signed by Neal. I love the Hulk on this. Great pieces, $800 each. Think about it, guys. You can always reach out during the week. I mean, we did work for Playboy. There's nothing wrong with Playboy. Playboy supported a lot of artists and a lot of artwork. And they supported Russ Heath for a time period. Until they finally kicked him out.
Aw.
Okay, here we go. Because I can't razzle dazzle you with my marble cards. Let me put these back up here. I do still have other cards up here. These are on continuity stock paper with the Tarzan on the back. These are also 800. Okay, next piece of art up is a Chip Martin College Reporter. This is Neal's color guide. It's his original color guide from when he did Chip Martin. This is $600 to buy. It will get a certificate of authenticity that goes along with it. This goes way back with Neal. He loved working on Chip Martin. As Pete pointed out, he said he never worked harder on anything than Chip Martin because there was a lot of research, and all of the Chip Martin reporters always had the stock market, airplanes, boats.
A lot of background.
A lot of background stuff. So again, really nice old Chip Martin color guide by
Vintage.
Neal. Vintage. And this has to be Neal's coloring. Before Corey started coloring stuff. Definitely. Yeah, this is Neal's coloring. Because this predates Corey coloring Neal's artwork. So Chip Martin 600, we're looking at color really only. This is like a photo stat for Neal to color. He's coloring on a copy, yes. Was Chip Martin in Boys Life magazine? I don't have a sense it was, but I'm probably wrong.
Let's hope we can see an evil one. No allergies. I'm sorry.
Okay, next up is Dracula. What did I find? Okay, so what I found was I have the Dracula finished art, and I have Neal. The top portion of this is Neal's comp, and then at the bottom is another Dracula piece, but that's a stack. So this is a stack. Then we have the comp at the top that became then this finish, and I'm selling all of this together for $1,200.
Ooh, that's a nice package.
Right, it would get a certificate of authenticity that goes along with it. This was for Dracula, the
Francis Ford Coppola
Thank
movie.
you. Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula. So what you're looking at right now is the...
This is the guide.
Right. And what you're looking at below, if you're looking at the pan and scan, that is another piece of art by Neal, but that is not original, that is a stat. And then the other piece is the finished piece. So I'm putting this all together for $1,200. It would get a certificate of authenticity that goes along with it. Uh-oh, Happy Towers Miss Lottie had to take a call. Oh, no. You missed the Invisible Man with the great coloring. So Dracula, both pieces together, 1,200. Okay, then for you crazy people out there, I have Joe Camel lounging around. Do I have a price on this one? I guess?
Yeah, 600.
So this is Joe Camel. Joe Camel is one piece of art, meaning it's not a colored piece of. I mean, it is a colored piece of art, but it is not a copy. So the original pencil and ink and color are all together on one piece of paper. I believe it could have been Lynn Varley. It would have been one of the people in the front room. And at the time period we did that piece, Lynn was in the front room. And looking at it, I would say that is Lynn. So, this is Joe Camel. This is pen and ink Neal. The color on this is one of our front roomies. This is, I don't know what the size of it is. And this will get a certificate of authenticity stating who it is and what it is. I'm going to move the black flap off of that. And this was for Camel cigarettes, obviously. The artwork itself is 19 by 11. So it's very long. It's like a billboard, I'm sure. This is the comp. We did not do the finishes of Joe Camel. We did a lot of the comp work for Joe Camel.
Actually, if you lift up the acetate, it will help.
The acetate.
I think that's just there for protection.
There you go. Here we go. Whoa. So nice color on this as well. Nice airbrush background. Anybody who collects Joe Camel art, this is a really nice piece. It's got a nice price on it. It is one piece, meaning that Neal actually had coloring done on his art. It predates us doing the copying. So this goes in the weird cam. Joe Camel. Oops, let me flip this back. Okay. Let me get the size of this. Okay, so the next piece I'm showing you is 14 inches wide by 16 inches, 14 by 16. I have Batman and Robin by Neal, pen and ink, signed by Neal for $10,000. This is a very large piece. It's a really nice piece. I would say this is kind of like a Warner Brothers store piece. Again, it is 14 by 16. Pen and ink Neal. This one is one to suck in. This is also drawn on illustration board. This is not like thin paper. So this is a really sweet piece by Neal for 10 grand.
Sorry. Trying really hard not to. Billy Bob says, amazing piece, and BS Max says, greetings from New Zealand.
Thank you. We'll just stop here for a moment.
Sorry.
Good time to blow your nose in. Okay, so again, 10,000 or 10 grand for this. Really nice piece. Pen and ink Neal, signed by Neal. Bless you. Zia. Okay.
Andrew's worried I'm going to pop my eardrums. I'm actually more concerned that the top of my head is going to blow off.
If Pete's head hasn't blown off, your head isn't going to blow off.
He sneezes
Okay.
like a cat.
You have another big piece coming up tonight, so don't think that was it, guys. Okay, so the size of this is on the top of my piece of paper here.
13 by 10.
13 by 10. Now this is a fireman's ad for actually the clothing. And this clothing was designed to take more heat and to protect the firemen and not have them overheat. You could take the heat of the fire.
And it was also supposed to be lighter weight.
Yeah, and lighter weight, you're correct. So it was kind of like a brochure for this clothing. This is like the first page of that. This is pen and ink Neal. We are selling this for $800. It is signed by Neal. And again, really nice piece. A lot of action. And Neal always supported the fire department. I think he always says that if he wasn't an artist, he would have been a scientist or got into science. I don't know about a scientist, but got into science. But if that didn't work out, he definitely can look like a fireman.
Yep.
Because when we went to shoot Nana's, we were dealing with some explosive, and he had to sign a piece of paper and take a test for us to be able to use whatever the hell we were doing on set. And he just walked in there, and they treated him like he was one of the guys.
Yeah.
And he came out, and he had the license to go blow whatever it was we were blowing off in the street in New York City. So again, this is a better clothing for the fire department. And Neal was very happy to draw. It's a large piece. It is $800 to buy. It is signed by Neal at the bottom. $800. All right, Beatty, are you holding up okay?
Don't know.
Okay, well, when you have enough, just say it, because I can pull pieces and make it shorter if you want. Okay, so this is Neal's He-Man layout. It is $1,000 to buy. This was for a limited edition collector book. That is Neal's, like I said, prelim. That is what the cover looked like. This would get a certificate of authenticity that would go along with it, stating it is drawn by Neal. You need some Nasonex. Can I pull out the B for you, Z?
Bring me Antonio Banderas.
Exactly.
And apparently it is Jamie Alfredo Maximile's birthday.
Happy birthday. So He-Man. Where's She-Ra?
Yes. On the honor of Grayskull was She-Ra, and by the power of Grayskull was He-Man.
There you go. Masters of the Universe.
First, I always loved Skeletor.
1,000 to buy. Okay, next up is a very large 11 by 14 Hawkman. This is penciled and inked by Neal. Color on this is Tim Shin. This is one of the rare Hawkmans that Neal has done. It is a signed piece by Neal, and the price on this is $1,500. Which is a really nice piece. Nice price for 11 by 14, colored, full figure action, Hawkman. Only $1,500 on this piece. Right, we don't have to do it second time though. Okay, next up is Batman with the Moon. Okay, this is 8.5 by 11. Batman flying in front of the moon. It is a signed piece by Neal. It is penciled and inked by Neal. And it is $2,000 to buy. And this, in real life, is a very nice piece of art. Got a lot of action. It's got all the things you like about Batman. It's got buildings and moons. And
Sure, this is one of those nights that Chris wishes she had a camera on her side to point at me.
nope, you're a mess. I'll be lucky if I see you tomorrow.
I have to be here tomorrow. I gotta get my kid to school.
2,000.
It was Friday.
Okay. I just want you to know, earlier today she wasn't like this. So I'm not a mean sister that made her do this to me.
Yeah, I've been like this all day.
You weren't like this all day. You weren't sneezing like the way you're sneezing now.
no.
Okay, M&M's stuck in a locker. So this is Neal from when we worked on M&M's. This is pen and ink Neal for $200. This would get a certificate of authenticity that goes along with it, stating it is pencil and ink by Neal. We did a ton of work for M&M's the same way we did a ton of work for MetLife using peanuts. And I believe it is the
Yellow M&M is crammed in the locker.
It's
of
yellow.
course, it has to be. It's never going to be the red one.
How would the yellow M&M fit in there?
Cram them real tight.
Yep, exactly. Okay. Next up is my hockey players. This is 18 by 13. These are finished pencil render. This is a published piece. This is signed by Neal. It is $2,000 to buy. Yeah, there is another version. You are correct, Andrea, where it has a long locker. I think that was a change we went through. I think we did the long locker, and then the client decided to jam him into the smaller locker. So we came up with that this was USA versus Russia. The time frame.
BS Mac is asking how much for the M&M. That was $200 for the M&M.
$200 for the M&M. That this goes back to probably right after the Olympic Games, where USA won against Russia. I want to point out that it was Russia's real men team from their pros against our, at that point, No, non-pros.
Oh no! Oh,
It was before.
oh, that's right. Because the pros weren't allowed to play.
right.
Or something.
Exactly. Like it was before we had, basketball with we have our pros go in. This was like Russia had their hockey guys go in that were pros, and we had, high schoolers probably. So this is $2,000 to buy. It is signed by Neal, and it is a published piece. All right. Next up is this is our Dark Phoenix, 8.5 by 11, pencil and ink Neal. Oops. Color on this is Jason. And then Zia recently went into this and just pulled some more highlights out and whited her eyes to pop her eyes more and just enhance the white paint on it. Yes, the Kurt Russell movie. Yes, I did watch that movie because Kurt Russell was in it. So,
did you watch that movie?
Dark Phoenix is $1,900 to buy.
Waving the white flag.
Okay, we're going to come up to the big piece.
Sorry.
Okay. We didn't do too bad. We'll hit 9 o'clock. All right. We'll do aggro Batman and then the big piece.
Whatever you want to do.
Okay. We'll do aggro Batman. Aggro Batman is $700. Now, these are just names that Z and I come up with so that when we do the Panda scans, we know what we're talking about. This is 8.5 by 11. This is a nice pencil. Obviously, it's a preliminary that became a commissioned piece. This is $700 to buy.
I'm okay, Andrea. I have a feeling I'm just going to become more and more obnoxious with my sneezing.
Well, your eyes are also now tearing. It's like a massive allergy attack. That's what you get for juicing.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I had juice. I juiced this morning, and I don't mean steroids. It was apple juice with
I'm telling you, it's the cantaloupe.
cantaloupe,
It's the cantaloupe.
mint, and I'm dying now.
Right.
I do something healthy for myself, and it kills
That's
me.
when it does it. That's
I should
always
stick
when
with the
it does it.
preservatives.
8.5. Batman prelim
Been trying to
pencil
be healthy. That's what I did.
by Neal for $700. This will get a certificate of authenticity that goes along with them.
Coroner report: death by health food.
Right. So since Zia is now dying and probably needs more Benadryl, I'm gonna we'll put up this piece. And this will be our last piece for tonight.
Oh.
Okay. Here we go. Oh wait, I didn't. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see what the size is. It's 15.5. By a little bigger than 18. Okay, this was a piece that Neal was working on. Neal did not finish it, obviously. But it is the famous Talia with Batman in the chair. Neal has inked the good parts of it. But very nice pencil work here. The price on this is $15,000. It is signed by Neal.
Happy says, holy crap.
And he drew this very large. So again, the size of this was 15 inches by, was it 17 inches? No, it's more like 19. All right, so it was 16 inches wide by 19 and 1/8 tall.
Michael Kirby is losing his mind right now.
So the price on this is $15,000. So since Zia is having a major allergy attack tonight, and I feel bad for her, and she did wave her white tissue at me, and now she's got leaking eyes. She is a mess. I'm going to say that this will be our last piece for tonight. We will be back on Friday. Wow. Ford says, Phil, I attended the Lake Plastic Olympics. The bus entered the town just as America beat the Russians. The crowd started banging and rocking the bus. I thought it was going to be flipped.
Wow.
I bet. That I remember watching it with my parents and just they were crazy. So anyway, that is going to be my show for tonight. We are ending a little early. We're actually ending 15 minutes early. If there's anything that you see tonight that you want to find out more information about, you can always direct message us. You guys know the drills. We're always available through direct message. I'm sure this will be back up on Friday. I know these prices are deep prices, but they are gorgeous pieces, whether we're talking about this piece or the Batman Robin piece. They're great pieces to own, and they will be cherished for a long time, I hope. And then we have all the other stuff. So if there's prints that you saw tonight that you feel, oh, I wish I got that print, we will be back Friday. I don't know if Z will be back Friday, but the rest of my crew will be back on Friday. And hopefully if we give Zia some more Nasonex and send her home, then she'll get better. And yes, I agree with Andrea. You should wash.
Yeah, no, I'm going to do that here, and then when I get home, and they steamy shower, and
exactly. Sam attended the Montreal Summer Olympics in '76. Fun fact: no ice hockey at Summer Olympics. Thank you. All right, guys, I'm going to say goodnight. If anybody has any questions, now's the time to ask. And take care and good night. Thanks, ladies. Thank you, Hugh. Great show, everyone. Thanks from Greg Harper. Okay, Marilyn saying good night.
Everybody say happy belated birthday to Marilyn. Her birthday was yesterday.
That's right. Marilyn's birthday was yesterday, so everybody should say happy birthday to Marilyn.
I didn't know she was on. I would have said it sooner.
I know she was on in the front, but she just said good night. Everybody's saying good night. And they're all going to rewatch it. And Sam Green said happy birthday. They're all doing happy birthday, so I let it roll. And
Marilyn got a cute new haircut now too.
That's right.
She got almost not quite a bob, but not quite not a bob.
Yep,
it's cute.
It's very cute. They're all happy birthday. So I will just straighten up. We'll get some of this together. See, you think they all forget ya. I'll still love you. I'm sure there'll be grabs tomorrow morning.
Oh, and I'll be showing you guys the Batman tomorrow.
That's true.
I forgot to post the second time lapse.
Right, of her Batman color. That's going to be a really cool piece when Zia's done with that. And that piece should be available on Friday. And that's the Batman piece that Zia put the video up of. So, okay. So I think everybody
Okay.
has said happy birthday to Marilyn. Thanks again, guys. We will see you Friday. And I'm sure Zia and I will be up tomorrow at some point. That Batman was a pleasant surprise. Nice.
Culture Vulture, send us a DM and we will get you taken care of.
And for anyone who bought from us tonight, please direct message us your information. Otherwise, we have a hard time finding you guys sometimes. And it helps us. So, all right, I'm going to say goodnight. Say goodnight, Z.
Good night.
Good night, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.